2 Simple Steps to be a Millionaire, Kahit na minimum wage earner ka pa, by Don Soriano. We all want to be rich and successful, but the reality is, most Filipinos simply don't know how to manage their money well. For example, it's the 15th or 30th, araw ng sahod. What do? We eat out, we drink, and we buy the things we don't really need just to make us feel better. Basically, most Filipinos I know do this. Income minus luho minus expenses equals savings. Kung anong matira ang ipon. Tapos nagtataka tayo bakit wala tayong naiipon buwan-buwan kahit na wala naman tayong disiplina sa pera. If your income this month is 15,000, less yung luho mo sa sapatos na 5,000, less monthly expenses na 12,000, well guess what? You have negative 2,000 pesos savings, or most commonly known as utang. Now, I read the book, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason, and this book has 2 great steps that even the slaves in Babylon used to be wealthy. So I'm sure this is something anyone in the Philippines can also use, no matter how much you're earning right now. Step 1. Save 10% of what you earn and spend the rest. This reinforces the idea of paying yourself first and spending the rest for your needs and wants. Now, instead of the usual income minus luho minus expenses equals savings, it now says income less savings equals luho and expenses. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might be telling yourself, of course, malamang, alam ko na yan. Obvious naman na dapat mag-save doon. And you know, that's just the point. Alam mo na to. But can you tell me in all honesty that you've been setting aside 10% of all your earnings from the start? Na never mo ginalaw yung savings mo? Well, that's what I thought. By saving 10% and spending the rest, you mean you do it for all the income you earn and never use this money for daily needs. Now, if you do this religiously, by the time you're going to retire, you would have amassed a significant amount already. For example, let's assume Dylan is a 20-year-old minimum wage earner. At the Manila rate, Dylan would have an income of 12,500 pesos if he works for 6 days a week. Now, what if he decided not to save 10%? By 65 years old, he would have 0 pesos. However, at 10% savings, that's 1,250 pesos a month or 15,000 a year. By age 65, he would have a total of 675,000 pesos. Now, 675,000 pesos is already a lot of money, but can even be bigger if he decides to apply step number 2. Step number 2. Make your money work for you, or invest. Now, Dylan realizes that if he just puts his money in the bank, he's actually losing money because of inflation. Hence, he decides to invest in, for example, a VUL, a Variable Universal Life Insurance product. A VUL is a financial instrument that has a life insurance and investment component. At 15,000 pesos a year, Dylan will be given a 700,000 pesos life insurance, and his money will also grow over time. Now, most Filipinos don't get impressed when I say that their money will earn at 10 to 15% per year. But this is where the power of compounding interest works, especially if you have a long time to grow your money. If Dylan's money grows even at just 8%, he will have a staggering 5 million pesos by age 65. Now, ang laking pera na nun. But what if his investment has a bigger return of, let's say, 10%? The 2% difference will now cause his investment to be even bigger, 9 million pesos. And for a minimum wage earner, I'm sure you tell yourself, imposible yan. Pero posible. Posible po maging milyonaryo. And it only takes the habit of doing 2 simple steps for the rest of your life. If you have little or no background in investing, watch more of our videos where we can simplify investing for you through our short animated videos. I highly suggest that you meet with a licensed financial advisor as soon as you can so you can learn more about investment vehicles such as VULs and mutual funds. Personal financial planning sessions are free, and you will never be forced to invest by your advisor. So if you have a friend who is a licensed financial advisor, approach him or her as soon as you can so you can make a difference in your financial future today.